Hello, everybody. I am here. It is Tuesday, and this is the state of my mind right now. It is Ocean Week, and today is where we're going to let go of anything that's going on in the world and take a little break, little lunch break, have a little fun. Yeah, they're super cool gears. I wanted to stay on this for a little while just because they are so cool. But we'll see them again later on in the show. Let's get into the show. I'm drawing a circle. We're stepping in. Anything that's outside of the circle, just let it go for now. We'll step back out when we get to the end. There it is. There's the backyard. There it is. Yep. So last night in the backyard, Kamala was going out maybe for a swim in the pool, and all of a sudden there was this huge explosion, and it was the transformer on the power line exploded. She came in to get me. She was like, oh my gosh, this huge explosion happened. Of course, the power went out, and I went out there to witness yet another explosion out there. So that was pretty crazy. Big green flash, and then one of the power lines fell into the pool. So thank God she was not out there swimming in celebration of Ocean Week. Let's see who's here. Mary is here. She is scuba certified. Thank God we have a scuba certified person here. The cool gears, yes. Tuesday. What does Tuesday mean? It's so true, Ganell. It doesn't mean anything. It's a construct. Time. All time. Maybe even the concept of noon. I say the show starts at noon, but then I talk to people that are in Australia, and they say, no, it starts at 5 a.m. Wow, the yard is amazing. Thanks, Mary. Thank you for that. Let's take another look. Yeah, so Kamala's been growing some plants. Those pots were completely empty. Now they've got things growing in them. It's pretty incredible to see how fast things grow. And it melted the grass. Oh, yes. So that's the rest of the story, is that then the people came into our backyard to fix it, and it was like a scene out of the movie E.T., where the people come in the hazmat uniforms, and they came to their backyard with their flashlights, and they picked up the wire off of our grass, and it stuck to it because it's artificial turf. Yeah, melted the grass. That's crazy. So happy she wasn't in the pool. No kidding. Whew. Dangerous, right? Dahlias and roses, that's what it planted out there. And oh my God, so happy she wasn't electrocuted. So true. Okay, so it's Ocean Week, and we're going to take in a deep breath underwater here. Hopefully we won't take any water into our lungs. Here we go. Hold it. Let it out. It is 1,000 degrees here. It's blowing up transformers, I guess. I guess the weather is causing them to blow up. Second breath. Take it in. Kamala can take a breath because she was not electrocuted by the DWP. Let it go. Actually, big thank you to the DWP for getting on this so quickly. They have a live wire in our pool. They came and took care of it. Super fast, I must say. One more breath. It's great to have people out there continuing to provide service, especially when emergencies like that occur. Let it out. Okay, here we are. It's the hummingbird cult, lunch therapy, also known as lunch therapy. You might hear some sounds of birds and aquatics. It's part of the environment, the environmental, I don't know, system that I'm providing. Wait, was she or was she not actually going for a swim? You sounded a little tentative. I don't know, because I was working. And she said that she was thinking about going for a swim. So if she was going for a swim, I don't think she was actually going for it. I think she was thinking about it. All right, so here we are. We're underwater. Ben is here. Ben, what time is it where you are? It's early, right? You're up early. It's good to see you. Ben is in Australia. They know about the oceans there because they got a lot of them. Maybe they have one. But it's a lot. It's a big one. We're going to take a look. It's 5 a.m. Earlier riser than me, but it is great to have you here. Hopefully you can help me because it's Ocean Week, and I think I have an ocean phobia. I think I'm afraid of the ocean. I mean, I seem awfully comfortable in it. Let's take a look at one of these webcams that we like to look at. This is the Cayman Reef Cam. It's a live cam. These looks like they're highlights. The great thing about these live cams is you can kind of go back and forth in time and look at different things. Not super exciting right now. Let me see if I can find an exciting part. You know, a lot of times the ocean is a little bit more populated with gunk than one would think. Oh, the camera moves, so we're going to see some cool stuff. It's beautiful. Just the coral is beautiful. This is in the Caymans. It's a coral city. See all the fish. Let's see what's going on with the people here today. Let's see. Kamala. She says, I've been going every evening. I was about to go, but I got lazy to put on my bathing suit, and I called my mom instead, and I was sitting out by the pool. Thank God. We both have been going out into the pool. Suddenly, all the wires started dancing and rolling, and then it blew up, and I screamed, and I ran inside and hung up on my mom. All right, Simpy Ranking is here. How do you come up with all these topics for your show? That's a good question. Sometimes I wonder. You know, Simpy Ranking, now that you ask, sometimes they come to me in a dream. Sometimes they come to me from the chat room. Sometimes they're just ideas that I have or things that I'm interested in, and hopefully you'll be interested in them too. I try and keep an eye on staying away from all the crap that's going on in the news because there's plenty of news out there for that. And there's plenty of humor out there. There's a lot of political humor. So we try and stick to things that are, I don't know, seem like they might be interesting to all of us. We do say, do you Google topics for lunch therapy? No, I don't generally Google topics for lunch therapy. You mean the phrase topics for lunch therapy? I probably should. We probably all should. Also, people send me videos. So here's one of the videos that I got recently from Sue Pascal. She's one of the viewers of Lunch Therapy. And here it is. It's a gecko. I'm not responsible for the sexual content that may be happening here. But, you know, maybe it adds benefit to the show. I don't know. They seem like are they geckos? I don't know. Maybe I used to have an iguana. It was quite small.
No. August and September.
There's a lot going on there. Anyway, so somebody was talking in the background. This is our hummingbird feeder. We now tied a red ribbon around it because Apparently the hummingbirds are attracted to the red ribbon. And look, it worked. We weren't getting any hummingbirds, and now all of a sudden, there they are. Simply ranking. It's not sexual, it's educational. That's a good point. And besides, animals copulate, right? They don't fornicate. Sue's not responsible either. None of us are responsible for any of this stuff. I want to take another look at that, since, we're not responsible. It's always good to not be responsible. It looks like there's some nature happening. One's really green and the other one's really brown. And I'm not sure whether that indicates the sex of the animal. I don't know. One is definitely on top of the other one. They kind of separate at that point, but by then, who knows? All right, so there's our outdoor cam. This is a new thing that we have. Last time we had the kiddie pool. Now we have the huge pool. Seems like they are asleep. Yeah, maybe they were just asleep. Maybe they were just sleeping. They were just sleeping. So now I wanted to explore who's the man in the pool. It's a good question. I don't think there is a man in the pool, but maybe. Tom Kearney. That one's green with envy. That is so hot. Yeah, speaking of the iguana, it's good to see you, Tom Kearney. Tom Kearney was on our show last week. He hosts Quarantine Comedy Show, which is hilarious. You cut out the part where the green one puffs up his red throat. Well, let's go back. Let's take a look and see if the green one, let's see. I'm just kind of fast forwarding through it. Oh, there it is. Maybe that's it. Let's examine this for a while. Oh. It's definitely, there it goes. There it goes. You're right, Sue. I totally pass it. Sometimes we have to be patient on this show and just allow things to happen. And there's some real shenanigans happening there. That was, wow. Look at that. He's like still doing like a little dance. There. Oh, she's doing a dance. I'm calling it she. Don't know, really. Don't know. I don't know if there are any iguana or gecko specialists out there. Could be. All right. So now I didn't cut out that part. And back to the show. Well, that really is part of the show. That is the show. I do want to see one more thing, which is this eagle cam that I found, which is super cool. It's an eagle nest. It's explore.org. And you can go here anytime and just watch the eagles. And it seems to me that they even move the camera around in case it's not interesting. And right now we're seeing the back of an eagle. I invite you to go there anytime. Decorah Eagles, North Nest, powered by explore.org. I'm just, showing you the cool things out there. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about why I'm afraid of the ocean. I think that I have an ocean fear. And I'm not sure why I want to explore this, because in order to move forward in Ocean Week, I have to get past this. I just want to get through. I'm avoiding it. Simpy ranking, watching that lizard video once, shame on me. Watching it a second time, shame on you. Watching it a third time, shame on both of us. That is so true. So true. Is that Roman gecko wrestling? The birds have been using the kiddie pool. We're going to have to get our webcam on that again. I thought we figured out it was Jaws. Well, that's part of it, Ganell. That is part of it. Part of it is Jaws. I have the gears now because we're working on the inner workings, and a lot of you, this is lunch therapy, and sometimes it's therapy for me, and sometimes it's a kind of like group therapy. So maybe we'll get an understanding of why I'm afraid of the ocean. And I'm going to go back before Jaws. And, my mom, if she was on here, she'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe this. It's vast and unknown, very scary. It's so true. But this started in a pool. We used to go to this place called Klahia in our neighborhood. It was a neighborhood pool. And yeah, the gears are soothing. And they had a kiddie pool that we would swim around in when we were very tiny. And it was strangely warm. I don't know why that is. Because there was a sign that said, there's no pee in the ool. But anyway, then we went into the bigger pool one time, and my mom, because she liked to swim underwater so much, she wanted to share that love of swimming under the water with me. So she held me down under the water. And she tells me this story. She says that she regrets holding me under the water because she thinks I panicked, and they're taking me out of focus. Those darn gears. No, I think that's the wind. The wind is blowing in here. So that was my first experience with underwater fear, was when my mom held me underwater. Not for very long. Just enough that I got that adrenaline rush. Simpy Ranking says, sometimes when I drive next to the ocean in the middle of the night with no streetlights around, I like to turn my car lights off for a few moments and embrace the total darkness around me. There's something very surreal yet terrifying about it. Hopefully, you're not driving very fast. Because somebody might not see you if you turn your lights off, or you might just drive right into the ocean. We used to have a place in Woodway which is near where I grew up. You drive up a hill, and there was at the top of the hill, there was like a space between two trees. And what people used to like to do was turn off their lights and drive up the road and try and use that faint light at the top as a guide so they didn't drive off the road into a tree. And of course, people tried to do it faster and faster. And eventually, I don't know what happened. I don't wish I had a horrifying story to go to the end of that. But let's see what Kamala says. I think holding you underwater is a very strange thing for a mother to do. My mother would be so appalled that we were even talking about this, because it sounds horrible, when I think she was just trying to get me to enjoy swimming underwater. I wasn't afraid of the ocean until I realized that all the fishes swim right up to the shore. I, for some reason, thought that all the fishes were at least a half mile out. Well, yeah, when you think about, it's really about what Mulva said a while back, what lies beneath. That's the thing that makes it so scary. But, I thought maybe it was fish karma, because I had a fish when I was a kid, and I was very kind to it. Whenever somebody came to the door, I would take it out of the aquarium and bring it to the door to, have them greet the person at the door. Fish didn't last very long. We had another Chinese fighting fish, but we didn't think that was the fighting fish. We had another fish named Fred who chewed all the fins off the fighting fish. And we thought Fred was the aggressor. So we took Fred out to Green Lake and let him go. And I think that was a miscarriage of justice, because I think the fighting fish might have been the one. Off topic, but did you ever drive down Dogwood Lane to see the bear in the people's yard? I believe that I have a vague memory of that. Dogwood Lane, bear in people's yard. I did one time sneak into somebody's yard in that area, and they had a bull, much to my surprise. Ben says, There's a lot of effed up, unfinished freaks that scare the crap out of me. Wow. That must be an Australian thing. Unfinished freaks. In Woodway, by the way. That's right, Woodway. Dogwood Lane is in Woodway. The bear, I heard about the bear, never saw it. Thank God I never just ran into it because bears are dangerous. So now the next thing I think that scared me, I used to go, a friend of mine and I used to get a log and we'd go down to Edmonds and we'd go out in Puget Sound on that, just put it out in the water and sit on that log like in September. We'd just sit there and we never thought, I wonder what's under the waves. We never even thought about that. Maybe some scuba divers or something, but we never thought something was going to come up and eat us. And then, again, I'm going to talk about my mom. Hopefully she's not watching this because she would be like, why are you talking about that? You make me sound like I'm some kind of, I don't know, child abuser or something, when she was not, obviously. But she did read this book to me called The Boy Who Sailed Around the World Alone. I think that the alone part is the really scary thing. A Red Bull. Oh, a real bull. Yes, a real bull. Those things can take you out. A real bear, Sue? A real bear? Yeah. Under the water. Oh, unfinished freaks under the water. I still think that's an Australian thing. Unfinished freaks under the water. Maybe you're saying they're unfinished because they haven't evolved to land? What is that, Ben? What kind of topic, what kind of discussion is that we're having? Fish are not evolved, not as evolved as we are. I don't know if that's what you're saying, but anyway, the boys sailed around the world alone. So this guy, this is old. This is an old book. I don't know. I think it was 65. This guy, Robin Lee Graham, I put his name up there. He got into a sailboat, 16 years old. I don't know. Boy? Is that a boy? Or is that the young man who sailed around the world? So my mom's reading this book to me about this kid who got in a sailboat, sailed all the way around the world. And I'm thinking, that's pretty cool. But then there's a part in the book where his cat falls in the water and gets eaten by a shark. Yeah, she read to me that. I did have a good mom. I'm just, slandering her right now. Or is it libel? I think it's slander. Not kosher. They have not evolved to consciousness. They haven't? Oh, well, I think that's a debate that we're going to have. The bear was real, but still living. But not still living, stuffed. They stuffed the bear. So the bear was stuffed the whole time? Or was there a bear that actually lived in these people's yards, and then when it died, they stuffed it? I don't know. Ganell wants to see the crap under our deck again. Anyway, boy who sailed around the world. His cat fell in, got eaten by a shark. He met a girl along the way. He was out there for 5 years. It takes a long time to sail around the world. He met a girl, married her. When they came back 2 months later, they had a baby. There's the end of that story. That story had an end, I guess. At least she didn't read you 30 Shades of Grey. Yeah, it hadn't been called 50 Shades of Grey yet because it was just an early unpublished manuscript that Jay's mom read to him. So, whoa, I like it. I'm like scary now, like a ghost. I don't think I can get off the whole paranormal week. It's just, there's a lot of paranormal stuff still going on. I was thinking the other day, Robin Lee Graham, sometimes at night when I'm really scared, I just talk to Robin Lee Graham, the boy who sailed around the world. Some people have imaginary friends. I've got Robin Lee Graham, and I talk to him and I say, Robin, why'd you mess me up so badly? The other thing, of course, Ganell said, is the movie Jaws. Movie Jaws was the most terrifying movie ever. And one of the reasons that it was terrifying was that it was so popular that we all had to see it at very young ages. Ben, let's get Mom on the line now. Ben has a podcast, and it's super good. And Ben, what's it called? You got to tell me again what it's called. I don't know why I have such a hard time. It's called Roadie. It's on wherever podcasts are found. I invite you to listen to Roadie. And Ben is much more adventurous, shall we say, than I am. He is going to interview his own mom on the show. So, that would be good if we could get my mom on the line and ask her about these things. But of course, she would be mortified. Always stuffed some trophy, I believe, up on its hind legs, very large, especially scary at night. It's outside, this stuffed bear. We got to get a cam for that, a webcam. 30 grades of shade. They had diagrams and pictures, so less pages for other shades. Changes my life. Yeah. Roadie, thank you. Roadie, the Billy and Ben podcast. I invite you to watch that or listen to that because it's super good. So yeah, Jaws terrified me. I think it is this. I'm going to show you what I think really caused the terror, and it's this scene where the boy's out swimming in the raft. His mom is there, right? She's sitting on the beach, swimming out there on the raft. She sees him, hey, and then this happens. I mean, who would not be terrified by that? So it's that, and it's also the leg that floats down to the bottom of the sea, and it's got like a tennis shoe on it. Images. And then, of course, there's this image from the movie. And I don't want to scare anybody too much, but sharks like pizza, apparently. Who doesn't like pizza? I love pizza. Sharks love it too. So one of the things about movies when you see them at a young age is you believe it, especially when it has real looking sharks in there. Maybe not so real looking now, but at the time it was super real, hyper real. And it made me believe that there were sharks anywhere. You go out in a lake, sharks. Because in the beginning, that woman swims, she's just having a great time. It's at night, similar to Simpy Rankings driving near the ocean. And next thing you know, she washes up on the shore in different pieces with crabs walking all over them. And I'm wondering why I'm afraid of the ocean. It's not fish karma, I'll tell you that. I was outside in their front yard. It wasn't there last I checked, about 10 years ago. So we're gonna have to check again. We'll have to get somebody who lives in Woodway to check that out. The deep was scary. Another Peter Benchley incarnation. They were like, we scared the crap out of everybody. Now nobody can swim in the ocean. Let's get another movie to scare them too. Moray eel bites some dude's head. I appreciate this. I like pizza, but I don't like sandwiches. I love sandwiches. It's the only reason I don't move to India permanently, because there aren't enough sandwiches. Pam says, maybe you can read a book to your mom on the show. That would be great. Not 30 Shades of Grey, Jay Gaffney. That would be too intense. This has been a great show. I appreciate all the input on the show. Kamala loves pizza, and I love all kinds of pizza and sandwiches. And shark sandwiches are my favorite. Kamala doesn't feel that strongly about sandwiches. I appreciate this show because it's so interactive, and that's what makes it great. And certainly the comedy, of course, is important, and the relaxation. Ganelle, you could read your mom Princess Bride. That would be kind of a beautiful thing. Maybe we can work that out. Ganelle, get my mom on the line, call her up. I'll give you guys her phone number. This is the way my mind is today. And I'll just show you a brief. What does my shirt say? Okay, quickly. It says, what did, I said the worst time, the Spock say? What did the Spock say? Maybe you guys remember the hilarious internet phenomenon, What Did the Fox Say? If you haven't seen that, we can watch it on the show sometime. Comedy. What? You're soaking in it. This is the comedy, Ganell. The comedy, Ganell, is all of us. The comedy is that this show exists, I believe. But my shirt says, what did the Spock say? Which is a parody of a hilarious internet video. Can I read your mom a Mad magazine? Yes, you may. If you can get her to sit still. Because she's very active. Similar to your mom, Jay. Mary loved what the Fox says. I loved that video too, so much that I got a shirt that says, what did the Spock say? Actually, I believe maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody gave me this shirt. Ganell is a troublemaker. Mova, ask Siri, what does the Fox say at least 3 times in a row? All right, let's do it. I got to get my camera. Let's do it. 3 times in a row? Okay, this is the end of the show. It's coming up because I know you guys have to get on to your busy life. Yes, I did meet Spock. What did the Fox say? What did the Fox say? What did the Fox say? What does the Fox say?
I'm sorry.
She just said, I'm sorry. What does the Fox say? What does the Fox say? What does the Fox say?
Interesting question.
Mulva, you gotta extrapolate on that. Yes, I did meet Spock. Jay meant Ganell. I gotta go back to see what Jay said. Can I read your Mama Mad magazine? Okay, so I gotta let her answer in between. Oh, let her answer in between. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. What does the Fox say?
Fracka-cow.
What does the Fox say?
Fracka-cow.
What does the Fox say?
Ring-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding.
That's awesome. Thanks, Mola. You made the show worth it today. I really appreciate it. Jay doesn't think so. Oh, well. Okay, so we're going to have a dance break. This is the end of the show. Thank you for joining in and looking at the deep recesses of my mind. This is a band called Scary Pockets, and what they do is they take regular songs, they cover them as funk songs. Your juggling of the confidence is impressive. Why, thank you, Ben. That was freaky. What was Siri saying? Well, she was saying what the fox says. You know that in the song, the fox does say something. He says, skibbity, skibbity, ow. I don't know. We're going to have to play that tomorrow. All right. So here they are. Scary Pockets doing the song Creep by Radiohead.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye.
I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk at all.
You're just like an angel.
I'm not going to tell you how
Your
awesome this
skin
is,
makes me
or whether
cry.
this is my favorite band.
You flow like a
It's gonna be
feather
quiet. Starting.
in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. Oh, but I'm a creep, and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? if it hurts. I wanna have
See y'all
control.